Today, I'm a licensed therapist. I own a group practice with over 30 clinicians. I've written a book, and I have a beautiful family. From the outside, it may look like this was always my plan, but here's what most people actually don't know about me. Almost 10 years ago, I was filing for divorce from my first husband. And only a few years after that, I was living in a tiny apartment with a roommate who drove me crazy. I had very little money. I was just trying to figure out who I was. And honestly, I was grieving the life that I thought I would have when I was like 20 years old. There were days that I couldn't really see beyond the next week, and I certainly couldn't see this life that I have now. I never imagined I would own a business, that I would have such a great marriage and kids, that I would write a book and have all these great opportunities in the life I live today. But that's why I want to tell you something if you're in a hard season right now. Don't judge your future based on your current circumstances, because your life can change dramatically in 5 to 10 years. Honestly, even in 1 year. I've learned as a therapist that big transformations are all the time built through daily deposits. A walk when you don't feel like walking. One therapy appointment. Reading 10 pages of a book. Having one hard conversation. Applying for one job. Or asking for a mentor, setting a boundary. And no, the boundary doesn't have to be filing for divorce, writing down your goals, which I talk about all the time, putting your phone down, going to bed just a little bit earlier. None of these things feel very life-changing in the moment, but neither does depositing $20 in your retirement account. That is until years later when you look and everything has compounded. Healing works in the same way. Confidence works in the same way. Peace works in the same way. The person that you're building in 5 years is built on the choices you're making today. And it's not the big ones, it's the small ones, the repeated ones, the really, really boring ones. If you're in a season where life feels really messy right now, maybe you're grieving, or maybe you're starting over, you're struggling financially, or you're trying to heal from anxiety, I want you to imagine yourself 5 years from now. What would make that future version of you really proud? Then I want you to go and do one small thing today that moves you in that direction. Not 10 things, just one thing. Because your future is not built in a day, but it is built daily. And if there's one thing that my life has taught me over the past 10 years, it's this. The chapter that you are in today does not get the final word. Keep going. And as always, I have a lot more coming, so follow for more.